Maisha nakupelekaje so far?
Maisha imekuwa ngumu tangu niingie usanii. Maisha imekuwa ngumu. Yeah.
The story of Sailors Gang is a story of young dreams, sudden fame and painful downfall. It is the story of how 5 young men from Nairobi rose from the streets to become national stars, only to fall apart just as fast. Their story is both inspiring and heartbreaking. It tells us about the beauty and the danger of fame and the lessons that come with success.
Eyo asopani Sailors Gang na uko ndani ya.
In the year 2018, a new sound began to rise in Kenya. It was loud, bold and raw. It came from the hearts of young people in Nairobi. It was called Gengetone. The music was different from anything Kenyans had heard before. It was not polished or gentle. It was rebellious, energetic, and full of street slang. It spoke the language of the youth and carried the rhythm of the city. At that time, most of the music that dominated Kenyan airwaves came from other countries. Nigerian Afrobeats and Tanzanian Bongo had taken over. Local artists were struggling to get attention, but Gengetone changed that. It brought Kenyan youth back to Kenyan music. For the first time in years, local songs ruled the streets again. This movement gave birth to many groups and artists who will shape a new era of music. Names like Ethic Entertainment, Ochungulo Family, Boondocks Gang, and many others started to emerge. Among them was a group that would rise faster and burn brighter than almost anyone else. They called themselves Sailors Gang. The group was made up of 5 members including Miracle Baby, Shalkido, Masilva, Lex Young and Kokos Juma. They were young, wild and fearless. Their energy was unmatched and their confidence was infectious. But what made them stand out was not just their personality, it was their music. In 2019, Sailors released a song that will change their lives forever. The song was called Wamlambezi. The first time it hit the internet, it spread like wildfire. Everyone was talking about it. The song was catchy, daring and very different. It became more than just a song. It became a movement, a slogan and even a cultural moment. The hook was simple. Someone would shout Wamlambezi and the crowd would respond Wamnyonyezi.
Wamlambezi! Wamlambezi! Wamnyonyezi!
That call and response became a national chant. From nightclubs to football fields, from campuses to estates, the chant echoed everywhere. Even Kenyans abroad joined the wave. It was playful, funny and bold. But behind that success, there was controversy. The song's lyrics were considered too explicit. The Kenya Film and Classification Board, led by Dr. Ezekiel Mutua at the time, banned the song from being played in public spaces. They claimed it was obscene and inappropriate for general audiences.
Unaona kaa hii ngoma man unite Kenya mzima. Wamlambezi kuliko ngoma nyingine yote. Ban and then uban ngoma kaa hiyo ati Jamie Foxx ana shout out ngoma. Msejo. Yet the band did not kill the song. It made it even more popular. Kenyans have a strange relationship with censorship. The more something is forbidden, the more people want it. And so, Wamlambezi became the anthem of rebellion. It was the sound of a generation refusing to be silenced. After that, Sailors Gang became unstoppable. They released hit after hit. Songs like Pekejeng, Queen Bee Machine, Wainame, Katanisha, Jason Mwadhani, Nitekenye, Dunda took over the airwaves. Every release proved that they were not one-hit wonders. They had truly arrived. At the height of their fame, Sailors Gang represented the face of Kenyan youth culture. They were raw, relatable and confident. They came from humble backgrounds, yet their music played in high-end clubs. They wore street clothes, spoke Sheng and were proud of it. For the first time, many young Kenyans felt that music spoke their truth. But you see, the thing with success, especially when it comes fast, it often brings trouble. Fame can be a blessing and a curse at the same time. As Sailors Gang grew bigger, cracks began to appear behind the scenes. When the group was starting out, they did not have a manager. They were just young boys trying to make music. Later, they approached Mwalimu Rachel, a well-known radio presenter and media personality. They asked her to manage them, and after some hesitation, she agreed to it. At first, things went well. Under her guidance, the group became more professional.
She helped them book shows, connect with brands and promote their songs. Since they did not have their own YouTube channel, all their music was uploaded on Mwalimu Rachel's YouTube channel. Her experience in the media world gave the group exposure that most young artists could only dream of.
Shalkido.
African boy. African boy.
Shalkido event moja ya my company, we had set up MRX sessions. Now later on he tells me, but I'm part of a group inaitwa Stardom. And tumefanya hii song inaitwa Wamlambezi, wacha mtumeko.
Wamnyonyezi.
Nikasikiza the audio, I was like, damn, it's got such a good vibe and I like. Nikaanza tu kucheza kwa Energy Radio. And then guys voted and said, yeah, we love the song.
Their popularity grew. They began performing across the country, earning thousands of shillings per show. For a while, they were even more popular than Ethic Entertainment, the group that had introduced Gengetone to the mainstream. But with fame came money, and with money came conflict. After some time, another record label approached Sailors with what seemed like a better deal. The label promised to produce their songs, manage their finances, and take their careers to the next level. But there was one problem. The label wanted control of their YouTube channel, which was under Mwalimu Rachel's name. When she refused to hand over the channel, a serious conflict began.
It was, I think, last month, a representative from this record label approached me and said that they wanted the logins to Sailor's YouTube channel. And so I said no, I wasn't going to do that. I wasn't going to give him the logins.
Mwalimu Rachel said she had spent her own money and time building the group, and she demanded 1.5 million Kenyan shillings in compensation before she could release control. The new label refused to pay. The group, feeling stuck, decided to open a new channel. From there, things got ugly. The disagreement went public. Miracle Baby accused Mwalimu Rachel of locking them out of their music and blocking million shillings deals. Mwalimu Rachel defended herself, saying she was only protecting what she had built. The internet went wild with opinions. Fans took sides. Some blamed the manager for being controlling, while others blamed the group for being ungrateful. The relationship that had once helped the group rise now tore them apart.
Nasema kwamba kuna kipindi fulani mliibiwa karibu 15 million. Ni nani aliwaibia?
Ni mwalimu, tunaambia ni mwalimu juu. Unajua ukianza, sisi tunapiga hii kazi juu ya passionate. So ujuangi tumekuja from underground. Kiasi tunaambiwa tunaibiwanga 15 million.
Kokos Juma, you're focusing on the wrong thing. Coming out here and lying about 15 million from streaming sites. Ask any streaming platform. By the time you make 15 million Kenya shillings, yani ni yako kama msanii.
This fight marked the beginning of the end. Soon after, Sailor's gang started to fall apart. Without their original platform, their music lost visibility. Their numbers dropped, booking slowed down, and the hype that had once surrounded them faded. The industry moved on. New artists began to take over. The Gengetone wave that had lifted them also started to lose its power. Kenyan audiences were already shifting towards a new sound known as urban tone, a mix of R&B and Gengetone rhythms. The spotlight was moving elsewhere. With their income falling and fame disappearing, the pressure grew heavier. Some members tried to continue making music, but the energy was not the same. The group had lost its unity, its identity, and its spark. Eventually, they broke up. Each member took a different path. Miracle Baby, the group's most visible figure, turned to Kikuyu Mugithi music. He began performing alongside his girlfriend Carol Katru and built a new audience among Mugithi fans. The two have a child together and they continue to perform to this day. Shalkido also tried to pursue Mugithi, but life became difficult. He struggled financially and mentally. For a time, he relied on the help of well-wishers and friends. Just as he was beginning to find his footing again, tragedy struck. He was involved in a hit-and-run accident that claimed his life. His passing shocked many who remembered the glory days of Sailor's Gang. Lex Young took a different path. He moved into R&B and love songs. He released an EP titled The Heartbreak EP, but after that, he seemed to slow down. His social media activity dropped and his musical journey went quiet. Masilva and Kokos Juma also struggled to find direction. The group that once performed for thousands of fans was now scattered, with each member fighting to survive in a tough industry. Their fall was not only caused by personal conflict, it was also as a result of deeper issues within the Kenyan music industry. Many young artists lack legal knowledge, proper contracts and financial guidance. They sign deals they do not understand. They give away rights to their music and their names without realizing the long-term effects. In a later interview, Miracle Baby spoke openly about this. He said that cartels within the music industry had a part in killing their group. According to him, there were powerful people who did not want young artists like them to succeed independently. He also revealed that the group's contract had tied them down, preventing them from releasing music freely. Because of that, a reunion will be impossible.
Cheki. Na kuna place tulisainiwa, awase walitusain, staki kuwataja, awase walitusain, kwa hiyo contract walikuwa wamesema, wametu-own sisi kama sailors, wametu-own na pia walikuwa wamesema wame-own hadi jina. Ikafika place walikuwa wamesema wame-own hadi sura, unacheki. So, ngori na kuanga, ukieza du ngoma, nikieza du ngoma, tuseme mimi na mse mmoja wa sailors, iyo wanaichukuanga kama ngoma ya sailors na wanaichukua inakuwa yao, unacheki. Na sisi hatutaki kufanya job ya nini, ya kushinda place moja ati tunafanyia wase kazi, unanipata. That's why
the story of Sailors Gang is more than just the story of 5 boys and their songs. It is the reflection of how the Kenyan music industry works. It shows how young talent can rise overnight and fall just as quickly when the system does not protect them. At their peak, and it reminded fans that fame can be very fragile. In 2024, when Miracle Baby was hospitalized with severe stomach illness, fans across Kenya came together to support him. They raised funds for his treatment, proving that even though the group had fallen, the love of the people remained. It was a moment that showed how much Sailors Gang had touched lives. The story of Sailors Gang is a story of hope, youth and lessons. It reminds us that every rise carries the risk of a fall, but even in the fall, there are lessons that shape the future. As we look back, we can still hear their echoes, their laughter, the music, the joy and the madness of Gengetone era. It was short but unforgettable. And that is how Sailors Gang rose from the streets of Nairobi to national fame, only to fall apart before their time. They may be gone as a group, but their mark on Kenyan music will always remain. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story and would like to see more documentaries like this, remember to subscribe, like and share. See you in the next video.